Hi guys, my name is Adetutu. This is another episode on Real Talks with Adetutu. So let's see an interesting topic to talk about today. Okay, let's talk about is it right for you as a lady to tell your current boyfriend about your past relationship? What went along, what went wrong, why you broke up, why it never worked out? Let's see. I think it all boils down to the individual. It all boils down to the personality. Before you tell your boyfriend, before you tell a guy you intend to be in a relationship with about your past relationship, what happened in your past relationship, what happened with your ex and all that, I think the first thing you need to do is study. That's why it's not good to jump into a relationship. Before you go into a relationship with someone, you should study them. Know if this is the kind of person who would fit into my life, if this is the kind of person who would tolerate me and tolerate whatever flaws I have. So all you have to do is study the person, know if the person is a judgmental person, because if he is, trust me, if he is judgmental, you would see life as a big deal. He judges people on everything they do, on first impression, on every little thing. Trust me, it's safe for you not to tell him a thing. I'm not saying you should lie, but there are ways you make people feel and they would not know that you're hiding something. Once he asks you, do you want to share about your past relationship or whatever, just tell him, well, I don't want to talk about it. Shit happens and we broke up and that's it. We were never meant to be. Of course, if you're meant to be, you wouldn't be with your current boyfriend. So study them. If they are the type who sees life as a big deal, I think it's safe for you not to tell them about your past relationship. If you know that they are going to hold it against you later in future. And on the contrary, if your current boyfriend is the type who sees life as a very simple thing, who doesn't judge people, who is so temperamental, who is understanding enough to know that shit happens and life goes on, who is understanding enough to know that it doesn't have to be yes all the time. Who knows that the fact that we are dating doesn't mean we have to get married. All relationships don't lead to marriage, of course. If all relationship leads to marriage, you wouldn't have an ex. So if he is the kind of guy who is cool, who doesn't judge people, who is understanding, feel free to tell him about your past relationship, because you already know that he is not going to use it against you in future. And what if you eventually get married to that guy and let's assume he's the type who judge people? It's hell, I tell you, because if any other thing happens later in future when you guys are finally together on your own, it would always make reference to your past relationship that failed. It would always tell you, well, that's how gay guys are. That's how they are wired. Men don't tend to forgive women easily. They don't really have a forgiving heart. And that's why they take us for granted all the time. Well, that's if you want to take it, if you want it to be taken for granted. Women have a very, very fragile heart. Women tend to forgive men. Of course, we women, we know now, when your boyfriend offends you and you're like, I'm never going to forgive him, it's over between us, nothing is ever going to make me go back to him and blah, 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 blah. We all know that when the guy comes kneeling, crying, blah, 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 all you have to do is just cycle us again. Give us that download format again. Boom. We're already saying, but you know, I don't really like things like that. Would you promise not to do like that, like that, like that? So, because we have a fragile heart, we tend to forgive them, and then we feel like, let's tell him whatever happened in my past relationship, hoping that he would be the special person. Well, I think some ladies tell their boyfriend about their past relationship, hoping that would give them that would give them an idea of where they're coming from. The kind of suffer they had suffered in the past relationship, the kind of heartbreak, the kind of pain they had gone through in the past relationship, hoping that he would be the special person, hoping that he won't judge them, he would at least behave rightly and be the guy who would actually take them to altar. But funny enough, I think telling them is even an issue. If we're in love and we want to date, why are you bothering about the guys I've dated in my life? Why are you bothering about the guys I've dated in the past. Why are you bothering about my last relationship? I think all we have to do is learn some lesson from your past relationship. Know why you broke up. Sometimes it might actually be the girl who is at fault, but most of the time it's usually the guys. We all know they are usually the one that fuck up. Like everyone knows that. So to discuss your past relationship with your current boyfriend, you have to know the kind of person he is. You have to study him, like really, really study him to know if he is not going to use it against you in the future. If you're certain, if you're so sure that he's the type of person who wouldn't make reference to your past relationship, that he wasn't even there, that he doesn't even know what happened, well, you could tell him about your past relationship. It's not a big deal. But if it's all the way around, if it's the type who carries life on his head, if he's the type who sees issues as big deal, so if he's a sweet one, who is understanding, who doesn't judge people, feel free to tell him. And not like telling him everything like, hey, I did this, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. Guys are generally the same. Guys are the same. It's just a little bit difference they have. It's just a little bit different. They're all wired the same way. Guys are wired in a way that they don't forgive women easily. They don't. That's why it's hard for men to forgive a cheating partner, and it's very, very easy for women to forgive a cheating partner. So that's that. So in my own opinion, I think if you really want to tell your boyfriend about your past relationship, just based on all the things that I've talked about, you could go ahead to do whatever you know pleases you. So like I always say, I'll just come here to drop my opinion on issues. So if you feel there's a negative opinion you have, or probably there are some things you need to say to buttress everything that I've said, or you have an addition, or you feel I shouldn't have said this, just drop anything on my comment section or my comment box. Aside trolls, please, I don't welcome insult. Please don't insult me. So thank you guys. I'll see you again next time on another episode on Real Talks with your girl Aditutu. Thanks guys. Bye.